We are now going to welcome Representative Tim Waltz from the 1st District of Minnesota. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, good morning to everyone. Mr. Secretary, a good morning to you, and as always, heartfelt thank you for taking on this job and for getting up every day trying to make life better for our veterans. For that, I am eternally grateful. Senator Dole, any place there's work going on for this country and for our veterans, you are there every time, and I never am ceased to amaze me of your energy, your passion, and your commitment. And when you're in the room, you're bringing a diverse group of folks together to solve problems, and for that I am grateful. I truly appreciate it. To Lee, thank you to you and Bob for all the work that you've done. We are grateful as a nation for that. And I know my colleagues have been up here, Jeff Miller, Senator Isaacson, and others speaking to you. It's a testament that you're all in this room. A lot of busy people, but you came together for a very important call to action. It doesn't seem like it, but it was a year ago when we stood up at the White House and signed the Clay Hunt bill into law. And I know many in this room are very familiar with that. And Clay's story was a microcosm of the tragedies that unfolds to thousands of families across the country. But I said Clay's, to me, was the one that was kind of a foundation shaking, because Clay was a young man who served his country, wasn't satisfied to do it once, did it twice. When he come back, he wasn't satisfied and went to Haiti to provide humanitarian relief. And then my introductions to Clay personally was up on Capitol Hill, understanding that the legislative process and politics didn't have to be pejorative. It was an extension of what he stood for in the military to give us that right to self-govern. So he was up on the Hill working for improvements in the post-9/11 GI Bill and improving veterans' care. And I just remember Clay's passion. He was quiet, focused, and to see him try and do so much, and things to me seemed so right, and then to get that call that Clay had taken his life. It sounds so cliche, but my first thought was, how could it be him? How could everything that he had and everything he was doing? To me, he was the pinnacle of strength. He was the pinnacle of everything. And I think those of us, we know it's not cliches. We understand, and this is a far broader issue than just our veterans. This is about mental health care parity in this nation. It's about understanding, bringing best practices, and more importantly, I think it's something, and again, I am grateful to the Secretary for understanding this. This is all of our issues. The VA will not do it alone. Private sector and nonprofits will not do it alone. The families will not do it alone. We as a nation have to come together to start bringing the focus, bringing, as we said, the best practices, and understanding. And I think this is probably most frustrating for all of us. We may never get that number down to zero, but I think that still has to be our goal. I think perfection is the ultimate goal, and the attempts to get there. And I think in the year that's passed, again, we understood it when that bill was signed into law, that was the starting point. That was not an end point. It was not a day of celebration. It was a day of call to action, and it was a mission order. And when I got the call from Dr. Shulkin, and again, thank you to you, sir, your focus that you bring to this issue is so greatly appreciated. When he said, we can do more, we're going to do more, we're going to fill a room with the experts from across the country, we're going to fill a room from the political leaders that can make a difference, we're going to fill a room from the nonprofits, and we're going to take this to the next step. And I thank all of you for doing that. This commitment is too important. The American people demand us to do it. And in a time of a great political turmoil, there's few things that bind us closer than the care for our warriors. And this issue is one that just tears at the heart and soul of this country. And your willingness to be here to fix it, to stand in that breach. And I understand, and you heard it, and I hear from Senator Dole constantly, the caregivers that are involved in this, the people that are providing the services, all of this, it is difficult, it is trying, but we as a nation are starting to take that step forward to recognize that we can address this, we can make a difference, we can save lives, we can move forward. And so that lesson to me was brought home so clearly. And again, they're going to come up here now, and I think folks that, to me, were instrumental in making this happen. Two young men cut down, Dan Somers and Clay Hunt, cut in the prime of their life, casualties of the issues that this room thinks we can address and eventually stop. And I had the opportunity to sit with Dr. and Howard and Jean Somers in my office on many occasions, and Richard and Susan Selke. And this country does not have any right to ask any more of these families. And if that adage of some have given all, these families have given all. But instead of stepping away from it, instead of just grieving, they turned that grief into a call for action. And I have learned more on the issues of mental health and treatment. I have learned more on community engagement. I have learned more at coalition building from these four people than at any time in my civilian, my military, and my congressional careers. So I think for me, it's an honor and it's a privilege. But more importantly, I think when you meet these people, it is a affirming call that their sons did not die in vain. Their loss is not an end. It was a beginning in many ways to this journey to get here, and this room is filled, and the call to action from the VA and everyone else involved was led as representatives of those thousands of families who lost their loved ones by four really great people. So Howard and Jean, Richard and Susan, it's your time, and I am grateful for all you do. Thank you.